Hello, what's going on? It's your boy lilmikemikesix. Today I got a video gameplay here. It's me getting swarm dogs and escort drone, but basically I want to talk a little bit about the PS3. I'm not gonna really get too much into this gameplay. I mean, it's pretty much just a gameplay where I get swarm dogs and escort drone, and it's a long video, but I needed a long time to kind of talk a little bit about the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4, I watched the videos on it. I watched a couple of gameplays and things like that, and I decided to make a video on it. The PlayStation 4, it's kind of like what they're going for is they're going for like a stronger device than the PlayStation 3, but it doesn't seem like they're focusing too much on online gameplay. They're focusing more on like more like the social things that makes the game more social. And they're focusing more on making the game kind of like where it's more convenient. Like they're not really focusing on like in gameplay. I haven't really heard them say anything about in gameplay. I mean, there's some small tweaks that they're doing that make the game a little better than the PlayStation 3 online gameplay, but mostly they're focusing on like being able to upload gameplays and things like that, and being able to actually let someone like spectate you while you're playing a game. Like say for instance you're playing like we're playing Call of Duty here. I believe that they have a button on the controller, and the controller has a touchpad on there too now as well. But they're doing it to where like if you're in a gameplay and then you like someone's playing, you can spectate that person, or if you're playing and you want them to spectate you, you can press a button called share and it'll go on to where you can spectate. Now this is a pretty cool feature. I mean, I like the feature. I would like the feature. I would like to see how this works. I mean, I think that would kind of be like I don't know if any of you play Mortal Kombat, or matter of fact, it would be kind of like playing Call of Duty in the theater lobby. Like if you're playing Call of Duty and you're in the theater lobby, or if someone's doing like a 1v1 in a private match and everybody's spectating you, that's how the PlayStation 4 will be. But for every game, you'll be able to spectate. They have a share button, and also they have like these features where you can kind of how do I say this? They have like this feature where you can kind of rewind back and start recording like a clip from a gameplay like earlier. Like say for instance you're playing a game like this game here, you could kind of do a rewind back feature, and then you can start recording from where you want that clip to start recording, and then you can upload that. I've heard that you can upload onto YouTube, but they never mentioned that actually in on the site. They only mentioned one on the basically on the PlayStation channel. They only mentioned that it was one website. I can't remember the name of the website. I'll put a link in the description to the actual. It'll just show through the whole video, but I'll put a annotation on the screen as well, and it'll just show through the entire video. I mean, basically they talked about being able to share that gameplay onto this one website where you can live stream and stuff like that from that one website. You may be able to do uploading onto YouTube directly from the PlayStation 4, but I don't know. But they didn't show the actual system, and you'll see that if you check out that video. But they didn't actually show the PlayStation 4. They only showed the controller, and then they showed gameplay from it, and then they showed like a million things running on the screen at one time, like a million, I guess, like pixels and things like that, like a bunch of, like they tried to show the processing power. Now the power is basically it has decent stats. I mean, I don't know, maybe I believe they are going to try to compete with Xbox 360 this year. I think they're trying to focus on that as far as power wise, because I've heard that Xbox 360 is going for 8 gigabytes of RAM. I heard PlayStation 4 is going for 8 gigabytes of RAM. I don't know the stats on the PlayStation 3 right now, but I do know they're going for 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is basically like what you would put on like a beastly computer for gameplay. I mean, if you want your computer to basically be a beast, you would want to make sure it's at least like 8 gigs of RAM. It's some more stuff that they put in there, but I'm not a computer expert. I don't really know what all that stuff means, or like what the GPUs or anything like that. I don't know what all that means. That's basically like matrix code language to me. But basically, I mean, my computer it's 14 gigabytes of RAM, and I mean, if just adding so much RAM to your game can improve gameplay, I mean, that'll make it more fluid. Like everything will run much smoother and cleaner. I mean, hopefully that's what we'll see in the PlayStation 4. Hopefully we'll see, like they said that also, that like if you're buying a game, like say for instance you want to buy a game on maybe like PlayStation Network, now you don't actually have to buy the game and then watch it. Like you don't have to watch it download and then wait for it to download, and then when it finally downloads you can play the game. Now you can actually just click the game and then load a little bit, just like a little bit. It's they call it like a fraction. They say that you download like a fraction of the game and then you can start playing. So it's basically like as soon as you download, it downloads that little fraction. You can start the game and then it'll start to download in the background. Now, this is what they said. They said there's going to be 2 processors instead of 1 in this PlayStation 4, which I thought they should have went with a lot of processors like computers are, so they'll be much smoother anyways. But they said there's going to be 2 main processors for the PlayStation 4, one for just normal and then one for background. So basically what's going to go on now is kind of like the PlayStation 3. You know how you have regular downloads and then background downloads and it all works off one processor? Well, now they're going to split it up and it's going to be 2 processors. So when you do background downloads, it's going to download it on a separate processor, which will not affect the first processor at all. So that means that you'll be able to now background download, and then also your system will be able to background download while you're online. So there's no more of that watching it download while you any of that. While you can now play games and download at the same time, is what I'm trying to say. Now I do believe that the PlayStation 4 will be a pretty good system. This touchpad on the controller, that's gonna be sick. I mean, and then they're trying to push forward this this PlayStation and PlayStation Vita. Like they're trying to push that forward. They want to make it to where it's no longer just only play the game on PlayStation. I haven't heard anybody say this on YouTube or anything like that, but they also are pushing for, if you don't have a Vita, they want to make it to where you can play your games on your cell phone or on your tablet. And I think that's what this means when you go to like GameStop or anything like that and you see all these tablets with controllers to them. I think that's what they're trying to push for, is being able to play your video games on your cell phone. And I think all that's going to be done wireless. But also going back into the whole share feature on the controller, there's a button called share on there. You use that to do all the access and things like that. But if you play a video game and you suck at that video game and you can't pass like a mission or something on like a regular game, you can actually let your friend take over that gameplay for you and finish it up for you. So your friend can actually spectate now and then take over that gameplay and play for you to make the game much easier on yourself. I mean, now this is a feature that I think it's pretty cool. It's a cool feature, but I mean, if you got other people playing the game for you on hard missions that you can't beat, I mean, it'll never make you a good player. You won't be a good player in any of the games you play, because every time you come to a hard part of the game, then you're just going to pass the controller over to somebody else and let them play. Basically, they'll enjoy your game for you, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, it's a cool feature, but it'll take the fun out of the game eventually. I mean, nobody really says that. Everybody thinks it's a cool feature. It's a cool feature, but it'll take the fun out of the game, basically. I'm coming up. I'm almost out of time, but I mean, the game is pretty cool, and the system seems like it's going to be pretty cool. I think that the PlayStation 4 will be a great system, and I don't know. I mean, I honestly got to see what the Xbox 360 is planning on doing. I'm buying both systems. I'm not going to even care about the stats or anything like that, but I'm buying both systems. I mean, I'll put a link in the description. I'll link everything together. Just check out this video here. that's in the description, or just click the annotation. It'll go straight to one of the videos on PlayStation, and I'll put the title of what the video is and what it does. Just check that out though. And I'm out of here. Peace.